What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. I am forgot my camera, forgot all my gear. I don't even care. I just had to do this one tonight because it's funny, and you know what? I'm back, bitches. No, I'm not back. We're just getting the new team situated. You guys will notice some of the changes coming up here pretty quickly, but let's just go there. Kevin Samuels had a show on today, and it was cracking me up. Now, why was it cracking me up? Because there was a young lady on there who was talking about becoming, a millionaire. It's going to become a millionaire, right? And drop your city and state in the chat and hit a one in the comments if you want to hear this one. And I call it smoke detector people. Now, today he addressed that. He's like, this is how men know you're single. We keep hearing the smoke detector. Now, if you've actually watched his shows, it's men and women who will literally have a smoke detector beeping. I liken it for men when you ever see some of these live streams or people riding in their car and literally they've got the seatbelt off and it's beeping. And the guy keeps riding and talking, and you're like, sir, the seatbelt's off. It's beeping. And that person, so they've shut that off in their brain somehow. They just shut it off that this is beeping. And it just blows my mind every time because it seems weird, right? But this is the thing. We have to really understand what's happening. We have people marketing to people that they can become millionaires by teaching financial this or becoming an accountant or becoming whatever. Now, let's just go there. If someone makes you get off message, they have won. All right, let me say that again. Please read the 48 Laws of Power. Read these things. If somebody every day comes on this internet talking about you, they've already lost because they're off message. All right. So again, I'm just going to say that if you look around the internet, whenever somebody is in a beef or they beefing with each other, they've both lost because they're off message. So if you come on this internet talking about someone every time you get a chance, baby, you off message and I won. So go ahead and give me that round of applause, right? So here's the problem. 99% of the stuff I teach on this channel, the people I bring on, you studying, getting skills, getting a job that will pay you $100,000, $150,000, $180,000 a year already puts you at the top 1% of 1% of 1% versus the normal society. Now, let me tell you, they talk about retirement. Oh, you need more than $1 million. I agree. You need more than $1 million. Listen, I literally picked up my most ghetto headset, right? I'm not even joking. This is literally my ghetto headset. And I don't even have a camera. I don't even have a webcam. This is the ghetto computer laptop camera. Just because I know it pisses you guys off so bad that I can just, how dare I make over $450K a year, which you can Google and you can see this on public record. How dare I make money and not stunt with the top gear and the lights in the background and driving Porsches and stunting for the gram? Because if I had $2, I would be stunting for the gram. Hey, and that's your choice, baby. And that's why you are where you are. And in a year, you're going to see where I am. So here's the thing. You need more than $1 million. I know they've been telling you forever, you just need $1 million to retire. You need more than $1 million. Now, do you need 2.5 million? I don't know. Now, here's the key. What are the most common? You need money to invest. Okay, if 76% of working Americans are making $30,000 a year, if I bring a guest on the show and they show you how to get a certificate and elevate yourself, thank you, Dr. Dix, elevate yourself to making $120K a year, someone telling you that won't work has already told you lies, right? They've already taught you something wrong. Okay. So then on top of that, being careful, 10K to 30K. Most people, when I get on the phone with them, and I've done 6,000 paid phone consultations, don't get it twisted. Most people are like, Erica, if I could just get 10K a month, I could retire. And I go, okay, but how much do you make now? They make 3K a month on average, 9 times out of 10. Now, I had some nurses I get on the phone now. They're making 6, they're making 7, they're doing well. But everybody has this magical, if I make 10K a month. And I go, what are your biggest expenses in retirement? They're going to be your medication, healthcare, your housing, and your food. Point blank period. People always tell you this story that when they're 60 something, they're going to travel. They're going to be at all the Essence festivals, concerts. They're going to be doing all that stuff. Have you ever watched actual people in their 60s and 70s and 80s? They're usually home watching their grandbabies and cooking meals at home. And then if they don't cook meals at home, they at K&W, they at Luby's, they eating at little old folks places that charge $20 max. Okay. Oh, so when people sit here and go, I want 10K, and I'm like, for what type of lifestyle? Because 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna be living that kind of lifestyle. Okay. And so I say 30K a month for those of us like myself who are used to higher incomes, one, and two, own businesses. Now, why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? Because I've watched actual millionaires, not just talking about them, met them at a YouTube conference and all that stuff. No. Do life with them, eat dinner with them, go place with them, get on boats in Austin with them, go fly on planes with them. They literally, I'm telling you, watch, don't take my word for it. Go watch Aisha Seldon. Go watch several of these people. They literally have enough rental properties that bring in about 30K a month. They don't even touch their other money. They just keep reinvesting it. It's you have to really put your brains together. And I'm not trying to be ugly, but you got to put your brains together. Okay. By the time you have a house and you got the kids, right? You got the kids and you got the husband. Okay. How much are y'all really spending a month? Unless you're talking about vacations, which you're going to do what? When the kids aren't in school. Okay. You're going to do certain things at certain times of the year. You're not vacationing to Tulum every 2 weekends. You're not doing that. So let's get off of this la la land BS. Let's get out of there. Okay, let's get back to the real world. And this is why I laughed heartily today. One of y'all sent it to me and I watched it and I was sitting there watching it live like, oh, Jesus, help us. You know, this young mother, 27 years old, 2 kids, okay? She about to leave her 50K a year job in Rhode Island, or is in the process or whatever, to go do financial services. Let me be very clear. I did the realtor video because I'm tired of seeing young ladies who don't have any friends trying to buy a house, who are in a wealthy sphere of influence, trying to become real estate agents because they want to take pictures and look nice for Instagram. And somebody gonna say, well, you hating on their bodies. I'm not hating on nobody's body because guess what, baby? That body is gonna be working at a fast food place in your 40s and 50s. Okay. So I'm just trying to help you now. I'm trying to help you. Let me help you, baby. 9 times out of 10, you need skills. Now, people may laugh that I spent over the past 3 years, I spent probably $98,000 in training, in courses, and masterminds, and education, and just went to another mastermind in Miami, and then we went to another different conference in Las Vegas, and just sat in a Monday call with guys who are going to fly in town and look over a property I'm trying to build. We're not on the same levels. You know what I'm saying? We're not on the same levels. What I'm trying to do, what you're trying to do is not the same. You want to be out here on YouTube and play forever. That's not my goal. Okay. So I ain't got no reason to lie to you. You dig? Okay. Let's get there. Let's get into it. Getting a higher paying job that will pay for you on the job training is going to be a much better long-term life existence than someone telling you, hey man, you got to start a business. Just start a business. Start a business in what? If you pay attention, most of my most successful students in the digital real estate course, in the coaching course, that's right, coaching course, in Ultimate Rise of 20%, in Middleman to Millions are people who usually have what? Some type of experience, some type of levels of success. They have a track record. Look how quick some of my students popped out a one-pager and they had a list of accomplishments. I've got Janice on here. She literally worked for the UN. She did all these things. Long list of accomplishments. So people out here on the internet trying to convince you you're going to jump up, start a business with no training. No training. No thousands of dollars of someone training you. Right? Like my course is going to get you mostly there. 95% there. Okay, but you still have to train yourself. You still have to invest in yourself. So you watching Kevin Samuel's thing earlier today, and I ain't showing it because I don't, I don't want him to be like, girl, stop copying my stuff, right? Copywriting or whatever. Exactly. Okay, so the young lady is like, yeah, I'm gonna be a financial person. It's gonna take me 10 years. He's like, okay, in 10 years you'll be 37. You don't want no more kids, and then 10 more years you'll be 47. And then you'll have teenage daughters. These girls are, 8 and I think it's 9. Whoo, girl, you gotta she basically was an airhead. Let's get into it. She was an airhead. And somebody might pick her up because she's an airhead. It just is what it is, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That just is the way the Lord made her. But here's the thing. Her life long term will be much better if she is partnered with someone, even if he only makes 50K a year as well, going down the road with her. But her decision to not have any more kids, it's a hard sell, baby. You're going to have to go old man. You're going to have to go 55, 60-year-old old man. And then even he ain't going to be wanting to deal with nobody with no young girls, young teenage daughters. Okay. So my goal is the reason I put that video out, don't be a real estate agent. Look at all the other 10 careers you could choose because those careers have training, because they have a track record. They have a consistent track record. Okay. YouTube is still the Wild Wild West. Podcasting is still the Wild Wild West. Can you get on those platforms when I talk about it in my digital real estate class and start making income, start having stuff that you sell, ebooks, courses, trainings? Yes, you can. You can make money. This internet's a wild, wild west. That's why we bring on various people to talk about their expertise. But I'm telling you, because I lived with a financial analyst and I lived with a girl who was the highest paid woman at Samsung at $185,000, $190,000 a year before she chose, because she could sell her other assets and her stocks to move to her home state and buy a home cash. Listen to me. Don't let these people out here with these egos keep selling you the same old trainings over and over and over again that they've been selling for 12 years on YouTube. At the end of the day, some of this y'all have to go apply. And if you pay attention to my students who actually in real life have trainings, that's why, look, Terry the electrician, we got Rochelle coming in who literally started an appliance repair business not that many moons ago and is killing it in South Florida. We've had people that I've brought onto the Middleman to Millions class. They are starting and they are making efforts, and you can tell the difference. Their business is really successful. This is why I do this, because I see these young ladies trying to get real estate license. I see these people. Like, hey, I'm going to be a financial whatever planner, anything not an accountant. I'll just go that way, right? And I start talking to them and I'm like, do you see DJ the money coach who has 20 years as an accountant? You see Todd Billy's mom who's got 20 years as an accountant, right? These people have years of experience, years of training. They did not just hop up tomorrow, get their license and go, I'm going to do this. We all know there's more real estate agents with active licenses than there are homes for sale in America right now. So it's not just getting the license, honey. It's also getting the training and having realistic expectations. So why did I talk about retirement? Why is that even important in this conversation? When I talk about smoke detector people are like people who kind of gloss over, like they do the smoke detector, real life stuff happening. Okay. And I want to say things, but I'm going to be good today. So smoke detector folks go, hey, it's possible. I saw my buddy, blah, 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 do this. Yes, it's possible, but can you tell me his backstory? Can you tell me how many years he's invested? Can you tell me how much training he's purchased? How many conferences and seminars he's gone to? Can you give me some of that information? They don't ever have that part. They don't pay attention to that. Can you tell me the fact that I've got over 2,200 videos? A company came in the other day ready to package stuff up and sell it and do different things for me because I've already put in the time and the years, right? A lot of people think they're going to get on Instagram tomorrow. They're going to get on YouTube tomorrow. They're going to go viral without any skills. This is not true. And this is something we sell to the smoke detector folks. Dr. Dix is the reason I bring Dr. Dix on so much is because he's talking about automation. You have a lot of people just show up and go to factory work and don't think a thing about it until the job ain't there no more. When factories have been going out for years and they are not even aware, right? The fact that Kevin Samuels' channel is so popular because so many women, unfortunately, have no clue how much income people really make. Listen, let me tell you, when I sit here and talk about, I'm going to conferences, I'm going to events, I'm going to banquets, I'm going to socials, I'm going to golf classics. You know, the man next to me is a judge. We just start going out, yada, yada, yada. We date for several months, almost a year and a half. That's another story for somebody else. And it's because of proximity. It's because I ain't got to run off. Oh, I got to go to my 9 to 5 right now. I got to run real quick. No. Proximity and different uses, different ability of different folks. This is how I know these numbers about retirement. When people say they need 10K for what? You're not even living that life that will require 10K. When I say 30K, it's usually, I mean, for business owners, because by the time you get your 1 or 2 cars that you just love and you pay bills and you got kids, unless you vacation hard with your wife or just eat out really heavy, you don't spend that type of money. Oh, Erica, you don't know. Listen, I am telling you, the numbers don't support that. Why do you think so many people, once they get to about 250 to 350 income, they don't really go crazy with it? I've told you, when I meet truck owners, most people are like, man, if I was a truck owner, I'd own 10, 12, 20, 30, 100 trucks. They can own 10 and chill. They can own 5 and chill because they're already making $500,000 to $1 million gross, not net. Okay, let's be very clear on that. Gross, not net. And once they do the math, they already live in 10x more than everybody they know. So again, I want y'all to live in the real world and real expectations. And a lot of smoke detector folks aren't doing that. So this is why I did this video, because I really want y'all to watch that video. I'm gonna tag it towards the end of this. But when I listened to that young lady, she literally sounded like she just got out of a pump you up seminar. Yeah, girl, you can do it, girl. You can become a financial analyst. You can just, but she had no training. She had no substance. Tell me how many wealthy people is a 27-year-old single mom with 2 kids gonna know? How many dentists is she going to know? How many doctors is she going to know? How many tech people she's going to know? Now, first thing people say, well, Erica, how many you know? Listen to me. If you go look at my Facebook, which I've had to take a lot of that stuff down, that's all my friends are. They own their own dentist offices, their own eye practice offices here in Austin, Texas, which ain't a cheap city. They're technicians. They're literally business owners of multiple businesses. Literally, wives making $200,000 over the biggest construction company here in the city of Austin. The people you've seen me doing dinners and Christmases and weddings with, these are people who are making over $250K a year. The 4 or 5 of our group of our friends not making the lowest. I was making the least when we first got in this friend group. Now I'm at the top, but that's a whole other conversation, right? But there's a couple girls who are making least, but guess what? Their family owns land and property in this area. So you're talking to people who, it's a different type of friend group. Again, I told you, at my church, when several of our friends wanted to become real estate agents, they sold to people inside the church and it was a wrap. They were able to say, oh man, I have $1 million a month. Guys, like, he sold 3 houses. Because it wasn't that spectacular. It's for that type of group of people. You did? Are you following? I don't want to lose anybody, but I just want to make that very clear. It's about proximity, and it's about skills, and it's about training. Out here on this internet, people are trying to sell you, hey, you know what? It don't matter about skills. It don't matter about training. It don't matter about proximity. You can just make $1 million in a silo by yourself, and it's okay. Well, we see how that has turned out. That ain't turning out too great, right? Because at the end of the day, that person will spend all that money or do dangerous things to get rid of that money, because up here, they don't believe it. Now, look, y'all know I love the woo-woo. Okay, I love talking about manifestation, but that's also a problem with the smoke detector folks. I'm a manifestate millions of dollars. And when you ask them after they finish manifesting in front of you, okay, what's the plan? What are we doing the next 6 months? What are we doing the next 9 months? I'm going to tell you right now, I went and left an event in Dallas. We're at this massive house. Every single business owner in there knew what events, what timeline, how much their budget was going to be, all the way to September 2022. We went around the room. See, this is the different type of friends I'm talking about. Everybody went around the room. What you doing this year? What can we help you do? What's the next thing you're looking to do? What's the marketing you're trying to do? How can we connect with each other? How can we help with each other? How can we do this? You being a single mom with 2 kids, I'm not saying it's not possible, but in general, are you going to sit inside of a room where 20 people already done made a meal? And they're gonna ask you, what do you need? How can I help you? How can we help each other? Okay, girl, what you doing? When your conference? Okay, when's this time? When's that time? Next month, this month? You don't live that life. You don't live that life. Smoke detector folks are usually around other smoke detector folks. They're usually around other potheads. I've gone into some people's trainings, and I ain't gonna name no names, but literally he had 1,000 people on a Zoom. And I'm asking them what business ideas they got. And the best ideas they could tell me is, hey, man, I'm thinking about starting a smoke shop. I'm thinking about starting a dispensary. I'm thinking about Black and Mouse. And I'm sitting here looking at this dude like, you got me teaching this class. Everybody in here a pothead. I don't want to hurt no feelings, but this ain't it. You can't be 35 talking about starting a dispensary. Okay. And you look like you don't even have your driver's license. Okay. So, take that how you want to take that. Big Mag, I'm telling you the stuff that when I finally figured out, I'm like, oh my God, like all this stuff and all these trainings and things I've got, we don't put it in workbooks. We got people coming on. Listen, y'all gonna see. I'm gonna be quiet because people out here thinking they doing something. They gonna learn. Listen, don't do that. Don't be that person. Listen, sometimes people have an ideal in their head. And I'm going to just tell you, like, it is, as a person who's had their real estate license and has sales training for 6 years before I got the license, okay? Not just got my license. Oh, girl, I was like, the math ain't even here. Even in Austin, the math ain't here. Go talk to most big dog wholesalers in Austin. They don't even deal in Austin. They deal all around the edges and in the middle of nowheres. They don't even deal in Austin. They buy off the MLS. See, listen, let them be telling you the truth. They're going to tell you the truth. This is true, Tam. It's possible. Real estate insurance are just licenses. You need a mentor to make serious cash facts. You need to be in the jet stream. One of my friends that made a lot of money in real estate because he is an introvert. He had a hard time, but he really wanted to be a real estate agent. He got in an office and everybody there, and this is hard for him. You got to realize introverts don't work like extroverts. They made him answer phones all day. All day. He hated it. He started texting folks. They're like, how'd he close a deal? I ain't seen him on the phone the past 2 weeks. Texting folks in California, and they buying the house without even, they talked a little bit, and then they're like, oh, okay. Because most tech folks are what? Introverts. So he's a sales agent that ain't going around being extrovert like myself, right? He's being an introvert in the spirit of his success, plus his sales training, plus working in an office where all these phones keep ringing all day, and they just put the newest person on the phones and throw them over there on the phones. He's raking up money because he's in that jet stream. Okay? So again, I could go over the numbers some more about smoke detector folks. Several YouTube folks that I've shared their comments or their posts, people are like, well, that person's got a criminal charge. That person had pimping charge. That person had a drug charge. That one was a felony. You have to realize you on YouTube. It's the Wild West. Some of these people that we've been suggesting you to watch, they got a whole other S going on with them. There's only so much I can do to prevent you from that, right? You can call me fat, but you can't say I lied to you. You dig what I'm saying to you, baby? Okay. There's some people mad with me right now, and I feel you, brother. Keep on being mad. All right. So, Broker 205, to anyone out here looking to earn a real estate license, save your money. Broker 205, I think it's time for that discussion. I think there's several real estate agents who also have made those videos, but people love HGTV, but they don't love the part of HGTV where the guy's putting the hammer in the wall. They don't love that part of HGTV where somebody's drawing and actually have to climb up on a ladder and do something. They love that, like, I'm going to dress up nice and walk around. Get on out of here, honey. Get on out of here with that. Oh, man. Listen, I've seen the robotic French fry maker on a commercial. I'm telling you, a bunch. Your how to create 30,000 to 60K a year income video from 3 year old was incredible. Remake. I may need to do it again. I mean, I'll write it down. But a lot of people telling me something don't work and it's worked for thousands of people. Okay, sure. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what I want y'all to really take away from this is these shortcuts you want don't work. Hopping from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing doesn't work. If you actually pay attention to what I consistently do in this channel, is I take the money I make off here and put it in projects. But guess what? That means I have to have patience on the back end of that project to get paid. People don't have that. A lot of people think, well, it's like ATM, right? You just keep spending money out, right? And that's that shortcut nature. That's that smoke detector nature. That's that I get up and work 2 hours. I should be paid for 2 hours. That's not how real life works. That's not how long-term money works. That's not how big money works at all. At all. Even, Diamond Dave, I love when he talks about people are like, oh, you're a day trader. He's like, no, I'm a swing trader. I'm an intraday trader. See, people got this like, oh, boiler room. We're in and we're out. Yeah, that's not real life, y'all. It's not real life. I rather do loan signing than real estate because I feel better. Still hard to get started, but way more worth it. Mojo, I think it's, again, appropriate. Pay attention to the offices that are trying to hire you and do they train you? People can say what they want about Keller Williams, but they have the #1 training in the nation, like hands down. People who broke off from Keller Williams and started other real estate companies have come from Keller Williams. There you go. Notary, all those things. If they can ignore the loud, if they can ignore the loud ass smoke detector, they ignore many other things that's in their face, like the dishes, the kids' dirty diapers, their breath. Listen, I started sharing videos from the DC foot doctor. Great black man, military veteran. He's he's in DC. He tries to specialize in black people or just people who elderly black people. And I'll see these feet and the people will be saying, oh, my niece or my nephew or my daughter takes care of me and gets a check from the government for taking care of me. Their feet being horrible, horrible disarray. And then you'll have young people in there, 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s with horrible feet. I said, listen, baby, there's nothing so important in life that your feet should be looking like that at 32. There's nothing. You should be at home every day like, how do we fix these feet? You should be soaking them bad boys, rubbing them bad boys. You got to be taking care of them feet, right? My grandpa used to say, if somebody got dirty feet, they got a dirty butt, right? That's a whole nother. My grandpa was funny like that. And so when I hear the smoke detector in the back, and when I see the young man in the cars beeping, seatbelt ain't on, I go, listen, ain't nothing I can do for that person because they're not even awake for themselves. They're looking for a shortcut answer to a lifelong problem. Lifelong, you will have to increase your education and your skills, even to retire. Listen, and here's the thing about retirement in general. Every time I get in an Uber car with an older person who's 60 something, 70 something, I'm like, hey, what you doing out here Ubering, man? I start the conversation because I'm a conversationalist. Last couple days ago when I got a ride to the other appointment, anyway, this white man had did 20 years in the military, spent 7 years in Germany, worked his way up to do something in Germany, high ranking in Germany, left Germany, came back to Texas, did 20 years in Texas, some department of Texas. His wife is a department of something else in Texas. They working, and he's like, I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna go home and do nothing. He said he got home within a month. He's like, what the hell am I doing? I'm bored out my damn mind. And went on to do Uber. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna start volunteering at the school down the street. Now, some people say, well, Erica, that's boomers. They don't know how to stop working. They don't know how to take a break. But that's just it. There is no real such thing as retirement. You go find something else to do with your time, especially in America. You either have the grandkids or you're finding some other project to work on. You don't ever really stop, right? So when people try to say, oh, I can't wait to get $1 million because I'm going to sit down and do nothing, even though y'all mad with Grant Cardone right now, go watch Grant Cardone video about if you get $1 million, let's break it down over 10 years. What is it really? Let's say you squeeze out that $1 million for 20 years. That's $50K a year. And then now you busted. You got to start all over. So you got these people out on the internet talking about, man, if I just get $1 million, I'm gonna take a time, I'm gonna sit down. Even if you do the 4% rule in retirement, where it's, invested in the stock market and you're getting 4% drawn. And listen to me, that ain't gonna work. That's why when I come on here and I say, if you buy one, go listen, don't take my word on it. Go take the word of thousands of people, right? Go on a show called Old Dogs Network, and it's old like old, and then dogs, DAWGS. It's a play on words. If you know what that means, if you don't, God bless you. So every episode is somebody in their 50s, 60s, 70s like, I realized I could not retire. And they bought one rental property a year, or they bought a RV park, or they bought a something that makes income while they what? Sleep. Still gives them something to do, something to check in on, but still creates income. Now you're going to say, well, Erica, there's not enough people for a lot of people to have a rental property. That's not true. The federal government doesn't make that much public housing. They depend on the individual people, we the people, to give them affordable housing. They're asking for 9 million units right now. Federal government's like, hey, anybody want to? And most people are like, well, when y'all start letting us kick them people out, we'll start building them again. That's why you keep seeing all these apartments come up. And they have low income apartments, adjustable income for the apartment complexes, because that's what the government's asking for. So you watch Old Dogs Network, you watch a lot of these things. At the end of the day, retirement consists of you staying active, staying busy, staying productive, to having income so you can choose what you want to do. Not forced to, but choose to. And when I watch YouTube, I see some people consistently still being on YouTube who I think don't have another alternative. Right? They don't know what else to do. Right? They mastered this thing, they enjoy it, and they keep doing it. Right? You can, no problem. I've told y'all, like, the make money niche is the most annoying niche ever, which unfortunately I'm still kind of in, because people in their mind are like, well, I want to make money right now. I want to make 10K next month. Tell me what you got for free. And you're like, boo boo, that don't work nowhere. Tell me what I can do to make 10K last month right now. And you're like, I don't have that for you. And so I'd really love to get into deeper mindset conversations, but that's what you have to realize out here is a lot of people are stuck on the first level of the make money thing. Honey, people will never stop embarrassing themselves. They will never stop. I mean, this is the part. When they start talking about manifestation, listen, I think it's important to sit and get your mind centered and have great thoughts and say, hey, I'm going to spend this time with my kids. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That is necessary. It's very important. It's one of the most important things. Abraham Lincoln said, so many men are so busy, they don't have time to do the most important work is thinking. And I butchered that, but go look it up. That's kind of what the internet's for. But yeah, check the latest video. Good. Successful children. Again, Janice has a portfolio of history, of knowledge, of work, of examples of the UN, of attorneys, of New York, of all these things. So when I say, yeah, a lot of my students are very successful, if they just continue, they have the skills. They put in time to have the skills. Now they just need to have the marketing. That's it. And so a lot of times smoke detector folks think, I'm just going to manifest it. And, it's going to happen. And if you tell them numbers, you tell them a timeline, it's like, what? Because again, think about it. A goal without a timeline is just a wish. It's just a wish. If I can't ask you what we do in 90 days from now, which I'm doing this right now with 3 friends, we get on the phone. I say, listen, what did you do this week? Did you do this particular goal? Oh, no, I didn't do it. I said, what? I said, was we in this group to do this or not? Next week, when I call you on Friday, we get on our Zoom call together. I should hear what from you? Okay, yeah. And then we get on the call next week. Did they do it, right? Because a goal without defined metrics is just a wish, all right? A lot of people say, well, I'm going to be a millionaire. When? How? What date? What tool? What venture? Listen, when I said $1 million is not enough, I did that video and also did, don't be mystified by $1 million. You got people out here selling $5,000 courses. If 200 people buy that course, they've made $1 million. Him 500. I'll mention him. If he has 5,000 students who pay $5,000, you do the math. Come on now, you do the math. Everybody want to call somebody a scam or this or that, but at the end of the day, are they selling? Are they having students who complain? Are they satisfying their customers? The math to a mill is not crazy. It's not. Or let's say you have a $150 product. Okay, you need 6,000 people in a year. That's it. Let's say you have $1,000 product. Okay, you just need 1,000 people. That's 3 people. That's a 3 people a day for a year. Okay. So I just want you to kind of demystify some of this stuff that we put around business and put real numbers to it. Real numbers, y'all. Y'all gonna see. Listen, I'm gonna put that on a shirt so bad. Y'all gonna see. I let a lot of people talk smack this year. I sat down. I said, listen, when this paperwork done, when this audit's done, baby, I'm gonna cut up. You dig what I'm digging. You dig what I'm digging. I feel you. There you go. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jared Mitchell. I got my real estate license because I was lost. There was so much I didn't know before I got in. I talk people out of it now. Thank you. Because when I talk about it with my friends, they be like, oh, Erica, you just had a bad experience. No, honey, let me tell you the reasons. Who's your sphere of influence? I moved to Texas. I'm still running around. I work in apartment management, and I still was like, no, thank you. I had plenty of people to refer others to. Had plenty of people, oh, I'm learning my house. Listen, you chasing people in a circle for a small amount, when instead you could be the guy painting these houses and apartments and get paid that day. You could be a home inspector and get paid that day and do 10 inspections in one day and call it, because let's just go there. I'm going to be careful, but I'm going to go there. Why are more Black home inspectors needed? There are several white home inspectors who really make crazy, like they'll have 2 inspectors go inspect the same place, and appraisers. They've done this too in the past. And the white appraiser got some crazy price, and the Black appraiser was like, what you talking about, dude? The white home inspectors are, so you need people that can work in all kind of environments. I'm stepping lightly, work in all kind of environments and feel comfortable and feel okay. If I'm an inspector and I don't feel safe in your neighborhood, I'm gonna hear them do what? Get out of there. I might not give the best numbers. Okay, just say that like that. So there's so many things around real estate that are necessary and vital that when people are like, I want to be a real estate agent, I ask them why. Oh, I want to help people get in their homes. Why don't you be a mortgage loan officer? We have to go back and realize most people aren't exposed to different type of careers. I'm a military kid who's moved and lived in 9 different states. That's like right at adulthood. Then after adulthood, 18 to 20 something, I'm at college in another city away from my parents. Then I moved to 2 more times, Charlotte, Raleigh. Then I moved to Maryland for a bit. Then I moved to Alabama for a minute with Red Cross working. Then I moved to Texas. I've met more diverse jobs by moving than I've ever learned about in the classroom, than I've ever learned about on the internet. Why? Because when you get on this internet, you're going to look for the same S over and over again. That's why I tell y'all, most people that have one uncle that's a truck driver, one aunt that's a nurse, now everybody want to be a nurse in that family. Everybody want to be a truck driver because that's all they're exposed to. Period. That's why when you meet Nigerian families and everybody's an engineer, you're like, how? Because everybody was exposed to the same thing. Okay? That just is what it is. God, you're quoting Bible verses. Day trading is stressful. And that's the thing. That's why I have Diamond Dave and Todd Milley. These people have a skill. There's a technical trading. It's actually something you have to learn. And you also have to have some patience with yourself as a person. You can't be, if you're a willy-nilly gambler, you don't need to be day trading because you'll lose all that money. I remember watching Dave Ramsey and this woman called. Yes, I'm drinking during the live stream. Oh, I hope I made some of y'all upset. She called her husband burned through $500,000 inheritance in a year and a half. Day trading. $500,000. And the Dave Ramsey's like, say what? Say what? She said, first, y'all need therapy and counseling. Do you want to stay with this man? Oh, I want to stay with him. Yes, I love him. I've been with him 17 years. It's a mistake. He already feels so bad. Listen to me. Every time they have people lose a lot of money with the stock market, people be killing themselves out here. It's just, I know YouTube hates when we use those words, but people be taking their life out here. So Dave Ramsey's first thought is like, first of all, he don't never need to touch money in that capacity ever again. Who told him he thought he was a stock? Well, he took this course. Honey, his temperament is you can't even run through $500,000. Even if you just took $500,000, and I'm not going to explain it again because I know I lost y'all last time, but you could literally put it in stocks that, a portion of that money that trade up $1 a day, and he would have made money, thousands of dollars. Simple stuff. He had to be doing gamble level type craziness. So again, these are skills. These are things you must learn. You must spend years perfecting. Just is what it is. Too many people out here trying to make money in today's economy environment using yesterday's methodology. It's time to prepare myself. It really is. Valdez Brown, you're gonna have to rewind the video back. We're not doing that. We're not going all the way back through. I ain't got time. Respect the stream. Mojo, Erica, I'm gaining skills, but I left an old job because I felt myself getting too comfortable complaining about a low-paying job with my coworkers of trying to talk solutions. Listen, environment is important. All the hours a day you spend somewhere is very important. So essentially what happened is your mind left that job before you had another job, but that happens. In college, I sold life alert systems. Come on, man. In college, I sold life alert system. Every person I talked to over 90 had an active body and active mind. Keep moving in old age. See, this is really important, right? Now, I'm going to tell people my mother had a, if you actually talk to any military people that were near the oil fields in Iraq, which you weren't supposed to be because even the Middle Eastern people don't live near the oil fields. Okay, they don't even live because it's been known to make you absolutely sick to your stomach, body issues. She had a brain aneurysm, and they called it at Walter Reed, not because they were good nurses, but long story short, she's absolutely fine. Like the military messed up so bad, my mom went back to work in the office for 2 years, and a medical person called her. Walter's like, Sergeant Grant? Yes. What the hell are you doing in an office? You're supposed to medically retire. She's like, oh, nobody told me. I came back and I've been working these past 2 years. So what happens is we tell people, okay, something's happened to you. You should retire. You should go sit down. But that's not how the body and mind works. So my mom now has started businesses to keep herself busy. She's a golden parachute retiree out of the military. I mean, like 26 years, 6-figure retirement, disability, mental, everything, like all of it. And as sharp as a tack, still driving, still working, still doing stuff, has businesses. What people don't understand is you will need to find something else to do. We have this golden dream that, Erica, well, if I had money like that, like you, I would be on a beach every day and I'd be you would be out there wild and crazy and doing dangerous sexual activity, doing dangerous things with your life, as it's been shown by people who do what? Get a lot of money, don't have no community, and don't surround themselves by others. That's the truth. Go study it. Listen, look at wealthy people. Look at the Vanderbilts. When his sons, he was always mad at his sons and didn't involve some of the sons into work. A lot of the sons became alcoholics and what we would call whores. Back in the day, you could say a man was a whore. He's a whore. You don't say that now because it's a different time period. But that's just it. Or the word was mannish. I'm trying to think of what the Vanderbilt called one of his sons. He called him mannish. He called it basically a man whore was the word reference. And these people think, well, if I get retired out of the military, I ain't gonna do nothing. When I get out of here, I ain't gonna do nothing. That's not realistic. That's why a lot of people after they retire die. You're supposed to keep moving. 2003. Yeah, they've been telling you this old number forever. Really, truthfully, you need a active, reoccurring income monthly. There you go. That's not just boomers. People with rich lives never stop working in some capacity. Engagement is key to longevity. It's the poorest who sit down and watch Jerry Springer and eat bonbons. Listen, all those years with United Way, anytime I volunteered, I was always surrounded by people who were 80, 90, 70-something years old. Habitat for Humanity. We out there building a house and you got somebody, grandpa out there, trying to climb on a ladder with a hammer. And you're like, sir. Please, sir, please. We don't want to. We're not liable for old people falling. But that was very common to see elderly folks at Habitat Humanity building houses, at United Way volunteering every year, day of service. It again, you have to stay active. Oh, I know, it's bananas. It's bananas. Look at that. Look, they have low income apartments in Bankhead at 2,500. Again, if your rent's only supposed to be 30% of your income, how much do you need to make a month for that to be 30% of your income? My VA, there you go. There you go. Not everybody enjoys the luxury of thought. This is true. What's the connection? Go on Kevin Samuel's show today. There is a smoke detector, and it's a common theme. He'll talk to women, and they'll come on the show, and the smoke detector will be beeping in the background. And he goes, "Can't you hear that?" And everybody in the audience is like, "Girl, that smoke detector." She'll be like, "What? Huh? Something beeping?" They have literally, this thing is beeping loudly every 5 minutes, every 3 minutes. Hey, beep, beep. And they're sitting there brain dead, like can't hear it, completely ignoring it. And so we call them the smoke detector people because they always have something in common. Kevin Samuel says always because they're single, but I know single women that will get up there and put a battery in that bad boy. What you're talking about is smoke detector type folks. It's the same with the men that drive around with the seatbelt off. Seatbelt's just beeping, and you looking at this brother like, brother, don't you hear the seatbelt? Don't you hear the seatbelt beeping? The elevator don't go all the way up, and they're looking for shortcuts. That's the connection. I'll tag his video in this, but I mean, literally, the girl literally believes, and you must have just came in, Floyd Holt. You must have just came in. That drives me crazy, but I'll start it again. The young lady believed, as a single mother of 2 kids at 26 years old, that she could be in the financial services industry and make millions of dollars. It doesn't make sense. The math is not there for her. And at the end of the segment, at the end of it, he said, "Well, why don't you just marry an average guy and go have an average life?" And she said, "And be miserable." What is miserable if not being 27 and a single mother of 2 kids, and like now you got to go do this hustle and struggle of trying to build up this massive career, and the math isn't there? It's sad. And I don't watch Kevin that often because I'm in my manifestation period right now with talking big money, right? And so someone sent it to me, and I got on there. I was like, "Holy crap, this is sad." And my stomach hurt watching it. Ain't no way my husband could sit at home all day every day. He hardly takes leave. Part time is good though. Michelle Green, let me tell you, my uncle, I rest him. He rest in peace. He literally served in Vietnam. He served 20 years in the military GS position, then served as a crossing guard by their house for the school. Served as a referee coach. I mean, till he was like 87, and then he had a stroke and lived 5 more years after that stroke. So I keep telling people, like, you need to have something to do. Yes, this is true. Most YouTubers are selling info, but most YouTubers are affiliate marketers. Pay attention. Most people don't have the info to sell. Let's just go there. Let's break that down. We are one. Most folks don't have. Somebody with a hot body ain't, and in fitness ain't got no information to sell you. They done. Most of them, not all of them. Now Christian Guzman, opposite of that. Nick Bayer, opposite. They got into that trend. Max Chewing, okay, supplements. People ask me what I take. Okay, I take a supplement. What type of supplement? Okay, I can build my own supplement. I can make all this money off this supplement. I can buy this powder, and literally the powder cost me 30 cents, but I'm selling it for $34. It's a gold mine. It's a gold mine. And that leads to people who are what? Smoke detector people. They look and see this person who, let's be honest, if you guys really actually study bodybuilders, and one of my nephews, my oldest brother's nephew was competing for the Olympics. If you actually go watch actual bodybuilders and the amount of hours they train, and track people too, but bodybuilders specifically, right? Specifically, I know I'm saying it wrong. 4 hours. The girls that were in the movie with Wonder Woman, that were the Gladiators, the Amazonian women, 4 hours. on average 4 to 6 hours a day workouts. That's why when people sit here and go, well, Erica, these people lost all this weight. Go back and look at when you see these weight loss stories, these people work out for 2 hours a day. Biggest Loser, 8 hours a day. Long stretches of time. So you're taught when you say that people are selling information, no, most YouTubers aren't. They're spending a lot of time editing, scripting, doing all this, hoping for the big payout of AdSense. People that use their brain a little bit, okay, well, I can't, what if I don't have information to sell? Then they do a lot of affiliate marketing. Here's where I got my camera, my this, that. If you're in my YouTube class, you've already learned this. Most people sell, look at their video, look under their video. They're selling affiliate links. They're not selling information. Sorry, that may be the circle of people you're watching, but majority of them aren't selling that. They're affiliate marketing, number 1. Number 2, sponsors. Number 3, AdSense. Number 4 is info. That's this whole get rich market, this meet Kevin market, this make money online market is a small part of the market. I keep telling y'all 90% of YouTube videos are people, cat, dogs, pranks, silly mess, farmers, homesteaders, all that. Most of it is not about making more money. It's about escapism. So I know people love thinking, well, most YouTubers sell info. No, it's not true. It's not true. Sorry. Incorrect. There you go. My home inspector client makes 2 to 3K a day. Making more than the agents. Let's just go there. Making more than the agents. Exposure is so important. J-Way, you got to. When people say, Erica, why are you going to go spend 2 weeks in Mexico? Why are you going to spend a whole month in Italy? Why are you leaving like this? I have to. You just can't make long-term life decisions if you don't spend stretches of time in other places, increasing your mindset, going to see things, moving. Every time I've moved or did an extended travel period, I've learned a ton. Learned something was revealed to me, something came to me. That's why when people talk about all this manifestation in the apartment, no, you need to get out your house. Go take a walk in the woods. Oh, honey, Floyd, my ex made $12K weekly being a contractor. Whoa! Say that again. My ex, Floyd, what kind of ex is this? Ex made $12K weekly being a contractor closer for RE companies in Atlanta. The services around RE are booming every day. On my side, we are accountants and computer programmers. There you go. Who are you exposed to? Mortgage loan officer or title agent. Title producers are in demand, and a lot of agencies will train. Cap City, thank you. Cap City, baby, Cap City. This is why I do these shows, right? Wow, that's crazy. No, sorry. That's why I laugh. Dave says if you need to be willing to devote a minimum 2 years to the craft of trading to be really immersed. Yes. So, I mean, it just is what it is, right? Like, people don't really want to hear that, though. 2 years, they want to hear that they're going to take $1,000 and make 10 bands, which it can happen, but not consistently. I'm a grout remodeling contractor in Colorado Springs. There you go. My brother, Dre, yep. Technical prep and personal disposition. Very important. There you go, Roberta Smith. My father's an engineer. My mom's a nurse. Again, there you go. Benzene is the problem around the oil fields. Same in the oil tankers. Thank you, John. So, yes, that's what happened to my mom. Listen, Michelle Green, my mom was literally at work and came home in the middle of the day. I can't remember I think I was in college. And I had a visit home. And I was like, what you doing here? She's like, girl, they told me I didn't need to be there. I mean, she was like, came on home, took on boots and that uniform was like, she came to work the next day in some sweats. Like, they told me to leave. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the word, I think, each generation misuses certain words. But if I remember the book I was reading, it was like the Vanderbilt daddy was so embarrassed that his kids were a bunch of drunks and drunkards in the 20s. And he was like, what happened? And it's like they had no purpose. Like literally, he had sons and daughters in New York building mansions on corners, competing with each other. And they would get mad and start over in another street further down and build a bigger mansion, competing with each other, just squandering millions of dollars because they had no purpose. And that's why when you see people start doing certain things, listen, the accountants say when you can see a man do three things: when he changes his wife, changes his cars, and changes his work schedule, and this is after they make $1 million, there's about to be trouble. Changing the wife, cars and boats and planes, and massive changes at the office. He's like, there's about to be crazy trouble. Ask any accountant when they have about a 50-year-old client. Start going into the cars, start going and chasing the women, there's going to be financial problems. Follow suit. Trust me. It just is. It's the law. It's the law. It's the law of expectations. That's what I'm saying. Like this the thing. People, like, there's one girl, her name is Brooke. She hangs out with Dana Lynn Bailey. You can see them both. Dana Lynn Bailey does 4 hours. Dana Lynn Bailey was on vacation in Mexico with her husband. And she started crying in a video and said, she realized they were in Mexico, but they were in the gym for 4 hours. She's like, we aren't even taking a real vacation. And they're so hard on them because she was Miss Olympian, right? She was Miss Olympian. And so she literally was saying how they realized they weren't even taking a real vacation. It's like they could not stop themselves. They were addicted to doing the workouts. And so they were getting therapy because they were like, y'all been doing this for 10 years of your marriage. You need to go have a real, like, a life. Mm-hmm. So this is the thing when people try to talk to me about this. I'm like, go watch these people. They tell you how addicted they are. How literally the girl Brooke went through a marriage broke up and she's still in the gym 6 hours a day, 4 to 6 hours. And she's just like, I don't know what else to do. Like, you can hear them in their videos. Sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's happy, but it's like, even they're processing that they're doing abnormal a level of workouts. And so when people try to talk to me about fitness, I'm like, honey, have you watched these people? Some of them are on gear. That's the only way you can do a 6 hours in a day workout, is if you want some kind of gear. You take that word however you want, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say the word because YouTube don't like us when we say those words either. But they own the gear. Okay? Money makes you more of who you are. You need to develop the character to be able to handle high levels of wealth, or you will be miserable. Yes, you will. I give myself 5 years to figure out what I want to do before retiring. Once I figured that out, my body was still at the job and my mind was elsewhere. I bailed early with a nice pension. Whew. That's crazy. It's crazy. Jimmy Carter, yeah. I mean, if you go volunteer anywhere, you will see these Jimmy Carter type folks at the United Way, at okay, I see what they're doing. United Way, Habitat for Humanity. They be in there, old as dirt, with a hammer, outworking you, making you feel bad about yourself. Oh yeah, elderly people, Meals on Wheels, yeah. That's right. Riding they beach, walking. Have you asked me this question before? I feel like you've asked me this question on multiple videos. Stop it. It's a thing. It's work like anything else. It's a squeeze point. What did I tell you about trucking? What did I tell you about real estate? Everything around that services around the truck and services around real estate makes money. So that's not totally true. Transitioning from shooting people to pushing papers is a little difficult. So my mom was never a people shooter. She was never a people shooter. She was always I think a transportation, and then she investigated crimes in the military. The crimes part of the military. I'll ask her MLS again, but she was investigating crime. And not a military police. It's a different level. She was like criminal. Paperwork, checking your paperwork, some paperwork's off, crime. Like the paperwork pusher people. So now, Big Mad, we ain't gonna go there. We're not going there. 1 million might have been cool in 2003, but right now expect only have purchasing power of 33K a year. Yep. That's why when you watch Mr. Money Mustache, what they're telling you about retirement. The fire movement in itself, a lot of people try to get down to bare bones, knuckle, nothing living. No, that don't. You're not gonna last long like that. Y'all, I told a recruiter that I'm taking a cloud course and got hired for a position under it so the company could train me for the position. Take in mind, I had no cloud experience. See, I'm telling y'all, this is the problem. You got people out here telling you something don't work, and I'm showing you the person. I'm bringing on TAMs, Tech Tuesdays, showing you these things work, showing you the doors wide open before Kamala come kick it closed. Don't take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a person showing you the way. Marlon's way. What are some better affiliate programs? Well, Marlon, if you're in the digital real estate course, we're going to have a whole like 2 videos in a row talking about ClickBank profits and ClickBank and other affiliate marketing programs and how those happen and how you make those work. So if you want to learn more, go ahead and grab the course. It's super cheap. I mean, again, at the end of the day, like most people that are already taking a course are already taking action in the course. Pretty much my coaching students, my Ultimate Ride 20% students, and also my digital real estate students, they should all have things coming out Black Friday. That just is what it is. Terry the electrician even got his podcast. Terry, put your podcast in here. My ideal retirement after 34 years in the trade and 22 years in the business is starting a coaching and consulting practice in 2022 and building it to 7 figures. And Terry, you can do that. You know why? Because they need you out here. They need it out here. Geo, it's inside the digital real estate course. Affiliate marketing is inside the digital real estate course. That's why I know y'all don't be paying attention. I be telling y'all I'm trying to teach something. Y'all don't be paying attention. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, listen, go look at when you see young people. That's all they doing all day. The benefits are more than the salary. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, Salim Sharif. There you go. You need to have something, keep yourself busy. There you go. Sands.org is paying trainers $12K a week for teaching. Come on, y'all. Oh, Sam. I'm working on getting my 19-year-old trash can put out and pull in the business together. Folks don't want to deal with doing it, so he will. So you mean trash can, valet trash? Yes. Valet trash is very lucrative. I've actually met men who do that. I completely agree with a different place. Yes. Yes. I mean, sometimes you can be mentally not in the same place. Honestly, consistency. Like consistently with bids, marketing yourself, connections. There you go, John. There you go. It's part of it. Ah, thank you. Because I don't know. She's had 4 MOSs over her career. But yes, that I think that's the name of it. I'd have to go check it out. But she would go and just a quick one before we wrap this up. She would go on like there'd be a unit, and the military gives you one cosmetic surgery because they had so many people getting burns and blown up from EIDs and all that stuff like that. So they gave this one cosmetic, like the military passed the bill, you get a cosmetic surgery. Well, one time there was a unit and it was like 30 people with a profile all of a sudden. She's like, oh my God. And it creates a flag within the system that sends up notes like, hey, something's happening over here. Someone go check this out. There's some criminal activity going on, right? So she goes over there and a bunch of folks had heard they can get this cosmetic surgery. Well, several of the women had got what? Liposuction. I shit you not. And they had a profile. What is the profile? The profile says what you can and can't do. Again, I'm not a military person. I don't want y'all coming after this video and yelling at me about me not saying it right. But essentially, the profile was saying, I can't work out. I can't run. I can't do this for a while because they were all getting these like liposuction. This one guy was getting a nose job. And he said, oh, it's because my sinuses. And then they looked up and it wasn't. And so this whole unit, they had figured out this niche to fill out this paperwork. But because they all were doing cosmetic surgeries that weren't necessary, it sent off a trigger. And that's how she got there. Now, also, there was a doctor who was supposed to be at this military base, and he was only showing up 1 week a month. But he was making almost 25,000 a month from the military. He took that money because he was supposed to be there 4 weeks out of a month. He was there 1 week out of a month. He took that money and opened up 2 practices. They basically came to him and said, "Hey, what's up? Today's your last day." "What do you mean? You today is your last day. Today you get to retire. So you either get to take this paperwork and retire and leave." It wasn't Walter Reed. It was another medical place. I'm not going to say it. "And leave today with this retirement, the paperwork I got for you. Or we can charge you and you can pay back 2 years of money. What you want to do?" And eventually he signed and gave it on up. But the military had such gaps and all this stuff, just money just flowing. There's sometimes the system will trigger and you go investigate. And so like he was, because the Iraq war was going on, they lost track of him. They lost track of this doctor that was supposed to be at this military base. He only showed up a week and telling them that's what his paperwork said. And it may have at one time, but he was just, taking abuse of it. Like, so there's a lot of people that abuse the system, and they have checks and balances. So there's still going to be a boat part. The new company that's taking over, which y'all will see, some people in my courses and my private classes will know what I'm talking about. I'll talk more about it, what's happening in the takeover and stuff like that. So we'll have a tour. We'll have some other stuff going on. Just some private stuff going on. So Brandon, I would say it's a combination. Some people have a track record, but 9 times out of 10, when you look at my coaching course and stuff like that, if I ask you, what are your list of accomplishments? People sometimes downvalue how much list of accomplishments they have or what they have a particular interest in. And so that's something we really break out in a lot of my courses. I really break down, like, what do you do well? How much, write out your list of your accomplishments today so we can kind of pinpoint what direction would be better for you. And we've had some really great people do some really great breakthroughs. They did. That's what it was. It did sound like some Fort Hood stuff. It really did. So I'm going to tell you right now, DC, the best thing for you to do is stop, pause. This is not enough information for anybody to give you any. Go hit my Calendly link, book a 30-minute call. You can explain, send me pictures of the house. We can look over the numbers. But you just saying that is like you threw macaroni in the room. It means nothing. A lot of people in here at home. What does that mean? Is it free and clear? Is the title cloudy? We don't know what the pictures look like. DC, we can't see pictures from here. We can't see numbers. We don't know what quotes you got in repairs. Who you get the quote from? Is it a handyman? See, all these things, it's like you threw macaroni in the room. Some wet ass macaroni in the room. We don't want that. So hit my Calendly link. Go ahead and fill it out, and then let's actually walk through what's going on with the property, because that doesn't mean anything to me. What you just said is like you just threw up something in the room. It don't mean nothing, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Like, I'd love to help you, but that's not enough information. I don't know. You can get plastic surgeons like no jobs, blue jobs, or active duty because plastic surgeons have a certain number to keep their license. Yes, this is true. You can, but you can't turn around and ask for an extreme profile kind of thing. Man, he be busy as hell. Seven Toes Clutch, that's what I'm saying. We don't know that. That is a random thought spewed out. Like, Calendly link, Erica S. Williams, book a call. Because that's just like you threw up on the wall. We don't know what that is. So thank you guys for being here tonight. Again, smoke detector people are people looking for shortcuts. They are oblivious to a lot of stuff. They are walking around with their head in the clouds, and they think that it's about to be gangbusters, money making millions overnight, and that's just not real life, right? And I'm a person who's been in the 1% for 6 years now. No, 5. Before that, I was in the top 30% for a long time. And so when people sit here and try to argue with me, and I'm like, I live this. I'm in this bracket. I mean, what are you talking about? I go to these banquets. I go to these functions. I'm like immersed in this culture. I'm practicing my private pilot license right now. What are you talking about? Right? What are you talking about? So it's just so unrealistic what some people are saying, and you can tell they're isolated and they don't know what they're talking about. So with that being said, I hope you guys got something out of this. Don't look for shortcuts. Long story short, retirement is not a million anymore. Sorry. And really, the number 10K, what does that mean, right? 10K to 30K, what does that mean, right? You have to really kind of assess what kind of lifestyle you'll be living to make those numbers make sense. So, this is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all you guys supporting me with the few lives I have left. Now I know we have some really great Tech Tuesdays coming up, and we have um, Rochelle helping us on our contractor journey, appliance repair journey. She's coming on the channel and helping us out here. Great information. I really want more people talking about the trades and tech. So this channel is really a launching pad for help people make money for real. Not this dream day stuff. Not this living in a dream stuff. So anyways, you guys, this is your girl, Erica, Classy Climb blog. Thank you guys so much for being here. You've been amazing. Blessings, many blessings to all of you. And please manifest, but take some action. Later.